Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2025 Misty Open. Cards of the Heart here, back with you to bring you the next pair of matches to round out the first round of our tournament. On top, we have the 2-seed TetrisAttakr in his first monthly appearance, a former top 4 finisher in the majors in his own right. So he will be a feisty opponent to face, going up against the 7-seed Ty in his second monthly appearance. Unfortunately, bowing out early to me in the Gary Open. And on the bottom, we have a rematch. The 3-seed ilikebeingsmart against the 6-seed Deagle. Deagle actually taking the best of 3 against Smart in the Brock Open. So there will certainly be some retribution to be had in that regard. So let's give some game audio to TetrisAttakr, and our players will be ready shortly. Timers are counting down on racetime.gg. Our 4 players are ready to take on the easy level to start this match, and game 1 is underway. Easy mode looks easy to play. It is kind of easy to play, but not so easy to beat quickly unless you throw down lag chains like TetrisAttakr was just throwing down, and even that was not enough to take down Gary immediately. But it's 15 seconds for TetrisAttakr compared to 16 for Ty and 13 for Deagle. Deagle getting off to the fastest start out of anybody. ilikebeingsmart, who we'll also refer to as Nicole throughout the broadcast, did not have a great Gary start, settling for, I believe that was a 26. But you'll see that range in times from the first opponent, because these first 2 opponents actually do not want to raise their stack at the beginning. So honestly, Deagle coming out with the better starts of anyone in this matchup. TetrisAttakr and Ty getting 18 and 20 on their Brocks. Nicole getting a 22. She is not happy with that. So now we will get to the next 9 stages, and these opponents should play out mostly the same way. They'll go down to roughly 4 lines of garbage on average. Ty needing a 5th line there. That's going to give Misty an opportunity to get that garbage clear with that punish. Deagle, meanwhile, continuing to move things along with a 12. Smart does ultimately get the 12 on her own. Ty is falling a little bit further behind in this top match with that 24 Misty. Misty already trying to mess some things up in her tournament namesake. So again, most of these opponents should be going down to about 4 lines of garbage, so a 3 chain. Several combos will be sufficient for the most part. And you two can get 13, 15 second stages, just like everyone here. Bottom match is fairly close, with Smart being behind about 7 seconds. And it looks like Ty is about 3 seconds behind our 2-seed at the jump. TetrisAttakr, a very fierce Pokemon Puzzle League competitor on average, has finished in the top 4 of our tournaments before. Ty, don't think has yet to reach that hurdle in our majors, but he keeps rattling off 10-second stages like that. Erica will certainly go a long way towards doing just that. So we're seeing some very fast and furious attacks so far on top. Ty getting the 12, TetrisAttakr getting the 13, and that race is about neck and neck to about 2 seconds. Smart has been having a time trying to get these chains started. Not getting them started at the speed that she would like. He's going to get a 17 out of that stage to make up a couple of seconds on Deagle's Koga. But it feels like Deagle's moving a lot faster than I remember him playing from when he first started in our community tournaments. I think the PvP play that Deagle's been doing as of late has really improved his speed and overall movement. So I'm very excited to see how Deagle continues to progress forward within our tournaments. That's going to be a 12 from Deagle as he takes a near full stage lead. The lead's close to 15 seconds. Which is not an insignificant margin at this rate, at this level. Ty getting garbage clear, getting some punishes. That's a 30-second Blaine. That's going to definitely cause him some problems in trying to keep up with our 2 seed, who is having a little bit of trouble building up the chain. Gonna send another 2 chain with a couple of combos. Should be fine in 18 seconds. So TetrisAttakr is in position to take home the first race against Ty. Ty getting an 11-second Tracy, though, will be very important for making up lost ground. He's going to need a couple more of those to get back in this race, as we are down to our final 2 stages. TetrisAttakr finding a little 4-5-5 combo action. There's an 11-second Team Rocket. That might actually clinch it for him. Ty will manage an 11 of his own and give the fist pump. It may be too little too late. Deagle struggling on that Team Rocket, only gets a 21, but Smart is really having trouble getting this chain started. It is definitely not recommended to try and beat these stages combos only. She's not trying to do it. She's just having a hard time with it. It happens to literally everybody. And on top, it is TetrisAttakr taking care of business with a 639 to take game 1. Ty right behind with a 646. And we will see that Deagle and ilikebeingsmart are also wrapping up their runs. It is Deagle taking game 1 with a 653 to ilikebeingsmart's 704. It's been that was a bit of a battle for Smart to get through. She does get through it, but Deagle got through just a little bit faster. So let's award some Pokeballs to TetrisAttakr and to Deagle. So because we have 2 matches going on, I need both of our race losers, ilikebeingsmart and Ty, to agree on the next level to play. And I will see you YouTube puzzlers on the other side with what that level is going to be. Our players have decided to go with the normal level for game 2. It is Ty and ilikebeingsmart fighting for their tournament lives in the middle level of what we are playing today. And all of our game 2s are underway. Normal mode is a bit of a weird one in that it is Gary that does not raise his stack at the beginning. So you may need to send 7 lines of garbage to him. Sometimes it could be more. So it could be a tough road to go through for all of our players, and I think everyone is struggling a little bit. Not the only thing that is struggling. It is Ty's video capture that is also frozen. So we can't see what kind of progress Ty has made. We may need to restart this race if this keeps up, because we can't fairly have a result if we can't see what one of the players is doing. So I'm actually going to try and adjust for... I'm going to try to adjust for how much time it takes Ty to resolve this. We'll start from minute 32. So we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and offer a 20-second adjustment to Ty's final time if it becomes relevant. I might just do that anyway, just for our record-keeping purposes. But it is ilikebeingsmart getting off to the much better start in this normal level than the last time, and even with all that, Ty must have had a struggle with Gary, because he is a full stage behind and getting worse. It is actually actively getting worse for our 7 seed. Technical issues or otherwise, Ty's going to get out of Misty with a 12. And TetrisAttakr going to go up to a 4 chain on this Erica. That's enough for a 12. And Nicole also gets a 12-second Erica. So those two get to face off in the next round. They could be looking to be fairly competitive. Oh, Ty is just getting every single second bleeding off thanks to all the random matches. Ty's gotten himself so far behind, and I don't think the technical difficulties were all of it. So we could be looking at a sweep on the top unless normal mode decides to do some of the weird things we've seen normal mode do. But on the bottom also we have a full stage lead for ilikebeingsmart. And I think this script would be a little bit of a flip of what happened in the Brock Open, if I am remembering correctly. I believe it was Smart that won Game 1, and Deagle had to pull the reverse sweep in order to take that match. In fact, I have a way to check that right now. What was the nature of their match? Oh no, this is trending on the same course actually. It was Deagle that won Game 1, then Smart won Game 2. This is trending on the exact same course. The script is rewriting itself. Wait a minute. So it is TetrisAttakr with a fairly impressive looking patent pending 2-stage lead. As both players on top are able to get through their stages without too much trouble, but there was like an unforeseen issue with the beginning of Ty's run that we will never get to see, because his game capture would not capture it correctly. That is putting Ty extremely behind the 8 ball. Ty's done with Sabrina at 17 seconds, but has fallen behind close to 2 full stages. That will be 2 full stages now. Deagle falling behind now more than a full stage thanks to that 36-second Blaine. This is certainly not helping matters in the slightest. Smart not quite getting enough on that first attack, but the follow-up will be fine for a 19. Let's see what Deagle is going to do for this attack. Gonna need a lot more. This Tracy's getting a little bit lower than most of them would. Spamming 4 combos is not going to help with that. But that should be enough now. That's a 20. TetrisAttakr also gets a 20 on Team Rocket, more or less keeping up the patent-pending 2-stage lead. And Smart is going to get a little bit of a garbage clear. She's dealing with transforming garbage of her own, so she's not going to be able to send a proper follow-up right away. She's going to get a little bit of a lag chain here. Still a little bit of work to do. Oh, Giovanni's making her work for it, and she gets flustered and runs out of time! Oh no, this levels off the bottom match a great deal. Oh no. Oh, she did not have a lot of options in her stack, so she raised up to the very top, and then she panicked and could not find anything else. That is such a difficult situation to deal with. So Smart will get a 19, Deagle will get a 22, and just like that, the bottom race is separated by less than 2 seconds. That escalated very, very quickly. Is that going to be what Deagle needs in order to make the tides turn a little bit differently than what they did last time? So again, these two fought in the Brock Open a couple of weeks ago. There's a few weeks ago for last month's tournament, and it was Deagle that took the best of 3. But TetrisAttakr is down to the final stage now. The lead seems enormous. It may not be as big as it appears thanks to Ty's game capture. We may never know. But TetrisAttakr definitely going to do what he can to take care of business. Drops that in a little bit for a 5 chain. But that's going to be a chain from Bruno that gives him time to clear TetrisAttakr's garbage. More garbage clears. More punishes. Smart got a really fast Lorelei, and Deagle did not. Deagle's still dealing with Lorelei as Nicole gets onto the final stage. And mercifully, after 39 seconds, TetrisAttakr is done with normal mode. That time, 9 minutes, 35 seconds. So even with the adjustment that I was going to reduce to Ty's time, that would not be enough. As Nicole sent enough to Bruno, Bruno is crushed! And ilikebeingsmart finishes with a 10-10. And Deagle could not get Bruno topped off any further. This will do it. There's the crush. And that's a 10-26 for Deagle. And I think we'll just rely on Ty's timer to make the adjustment based on all of the shenanigans that happened here. I'm going to let Ty know that his second time is going to be a 10:01 to TetrisAttakr 9:35, and on the bottom it is ilikebeingsmart with a 10:10 to Deagle's 10:26, and that will be awarding Pokeballs to TetrisAttakr for the win. And then ilikebeingsmart will get Pokeball number 1 herself. So the bottom match playing out once again as it did in the Brock Open. So we will be playing hard mode to decide it all in Game 3. Let's do a little fancy transition to it. And we will see you puzzlers on the other side. Our timers are counting down for Game 3. Will Deagle repeat the script from the Brock Open and advance to the next round? Or will Nicole get some revenge and take this down? Let's find out how hard mode treats our two players with this Game 3 underway. I see a 3-chain 7 combo from ilikebeingsmart. I see a few less organized chains from Deagle, but Deagle really playing up the combos. Gets a 15-second Gary. Meanwhile, Smart settling for a 17. And I think these hard mode stages will play out mostly the same way. It'll be 4, maybe 5 lines of garbage that take down all of these players. Take down all of these opponents, I should say. Smart getting a nice attack on the Brock for a 12. That's going to give Smart a brief 5-ish second lead. But we have seen some hard mode opponents waste a lot of time at the very end of these hard runs. Smart getting a 4-chain there, but Misty is going to counter with a 5-chain. Misty not providing a great stage to Smart. She's going to have to settle for a 22, and Deagle gets out with a 15. So the lead has basically flipped to Deagle in just one stage. It's still very early, though. We have a lot of time for the random number generator to mess with both of our players. This run is far, far from over. And it looks like a little bit of a slow burn from Deagle's attack to the top. Very fortunate for Smart that Surge did not get to that 8 combo to clear the garbage. That would have created a lot more grief. Smart definitely definitely not not in the greatest amount of focus right now. A lot of things happening very quickly. Oh, not happening quite fast enough for Smart. Deagle gets a little bit of a garbage clear. Smart has not sent enough to Erica. Deagle is piling on the combos. Very fortunately, but Erica gets to that garbage clear, and that is a real punish. That is a lot of time lost from the transformation of garbage. A 38 from Deagle will not leave him feeling good about that. Smart will find a 5 combo to start the attack. Yeah, 4 combo, 5 combo. It doesn't matter. The garbage separation is there. It's good enough for an 11. Deagle finding his own little 4-6-6 combo setup. And that resolves just in time for a 13. So ilikebeingsmart has taken a little bit of a lead here, but Deagle is trying to keep things competitive. Now, Smart is making the short chains, but is not necessarily finding the combos here. Short chains are fine if you can make the combos, but there's a certain number of lines that each stage needs to be topped off, and Smart is not finding it here. 8 lines needed for that Sabrina. That Sabrina was not helpful. Deagle's was way more helpful, though. And with that 14, Deagle will take a very substantial lead. Leave Smart followed up with enough to top off Sabrina. I think Sabrina will not have time to get to anything else. That's a 47. She will not be pleased with that. Deagle kind of just moseying along again here, getting an 11 second Blaine here to wrap up the effective first half in a little over 5 minutes. Oh, once again, I think the chain cut off a little before Smart was ready to end it. Her stack is really low. She's not really building chains to get Blaine topped off. So this is going to leave ilikebeingsmart about 30 seconds behind after Blaine. But Deagle not having the best Blaine experience of his own, and Tracy gets to those reds for the garbage clear. Those combos will allow things to resolve in 38 seconds. Smart really not finding the chains here. As much as we want to rely on combos to manipulate these opponents into losing sooner, you kind of have to make some chains on top of it. So she's not really able to make up much ground with that Tracy. And Team Rocket doing the flattening dance, the down stacking dance, we'll call it. And that will allow Deagle to win in 19 seconds. A few more of those. And he might be off to, once again, taking down ilikebeingsmart in a monthly open. Okay, this chain not playing out, I think, as Deagle wanted to, though. And Giovanni kind of going ham. Giovanni finding some chains. not going to have time for anything else, but if Smart has built up this chain further, it looks like she has. That's going to be a 17. That is a huge makeup of time. That's going to put Smart down behind about 6 seconds.
I'm ready. Are you?
As we head into the Puzzle Elite. We're down to our final 4 stages. Only one of these players will be moving on to the next round to play TetrisAttakr. Nice 7 combo that Deagle found in the middle of that chain. Sometimes you just gotta respect the creativity, even if it's not super efficient. Oh, Smart gets a nice Richie off there with a 12. To Deagle's 20. It is I Like Being Smart with the ever so slightest of leads. This one could come down to the wire. Smart gets a 7 combo. There was some effort that could have been made to make the 8 combo. But now that I think about it, I'm not sure what Lorelei has at the top of her stack. No, it's the greens falling into place. Oh, Deagle's combo attack not great onto Lorelei either. Will Lorelei have time to react to Smart? No, that's a 27. Deagle is definitely taking longer than that, and that 6 combo will waste a lot of time. Deagle is getting his garbage cleared like nobody's business. Smart gonna be trying to extend the lead. I think she had an extra up input, did not get to where she wanted to extend that chain. Now it's just kind of up to Bruno now. Okay, Smart's got enough with this top off. Oh, there's a red match. Bruno does get to it. Bruno doesn't have a lot for Deagle, though. But does get the 7 combo in time for that garbage clear. That one hurts. Deagle doesn't have enough onto Bruno. Now does. Has the 30. So it could be very close. I think Deagle did not change his splits from one category to the next. So I think the lead is around 5 seconds for Deagle. Heading into this final stage, we've seen how menacing Gary could be. And that's a quick Gary for Deagle. And we'll count that time for our 6th seed as a 10:45. And that will be enough for our 6th seed to once again take Pokeball number 2 and the win. A well-fought game from both of our players. That's going to be an 11-22. For our 3 seed. Wow. What a back and forth roller coaster, just like the last one was. So I believe we can go ahead and make these results official. It is TetrisAttakr with the 2-0 sweep on the top match. Moving on to the next round to face Deagle, who takes care of I Like Being Smart 2-1. In a repeat of his Brock Open opening round performance. So, well done from both of our players. They will be taking each other on. And I think due to time constraints, we'll have to move their match up next. But let's review the bracket and make sure that this is all going to work out. As soon as the bracket on screen updates, we will see Deagle going on to face TetrisAttakr. I will be playing 6 in the other semifinal at some point in this broadcast, but I think we'll have to push it off to make sure that Deagle is able to get in all of the matches that he can, because if this goes on too much longer, Deagle's in Europe, and Euro hours are not super friendly to the time slot we are currently recording at. So we'll confirm that we will be seeing TetrisAttakr against Deagle next on the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2025 Misty Open, and we will be right back.